Good afternoon, one and all. How are we all this afternoon, this fine Thursday night, or Thursday afternoon I should say. Welcome back to TF Custom Shaving Brushes Workshop. My name's Tony, how are we all? I see Amber's in there nice and early, Brett's in there as usual nice and early. Microphone should be on, all good tonight. Thank you very much, Lee Brett, for the reminder. Yeah, I changed over the batteries today as well, so I've been out in the shed today for a little while. Not a lot of time, but I got a little bit of time in here. So I finished off the handle that we started turning and shaped and started the sanding process through on Tuesday night's stream. So I've got that one sitting here finished to let you see it. And then I swapped the two videos that I had scheduled in. I swapped them around because that other one's still not quite right for turning yet. So I've had it sitting out in the sun today. So I put the next one in, which is this one, which is one that we cast some time ago. And we're going to have a play with this one. So as you can see, I've already started this one this afternoon. So yeah, I just thought I'd get ahead and, you know, we might either get this one finished in a reasonable time or we'll do the same thing. We'll get it through to a first wet sand and then we can finish it off on Saturday morning. So we'll see how we go. But at this stage, that's us. I was thinking there was something there I had to do and it's clean slipped my mind again now, so it doesn't matter. It might pop back to me. Anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to continue on with this one. You guys can keep yourselves entertained in the chat, I'm sure. And if anybody else drops in, make sure you let me know. I normally see them anyway. Batteries should be good, so we shouldn't lose sound. The only thing we might lose might be music, if it does what it sometimes does, where it drops out. So we'll see how we go with the music. Anyway, for now, I'll get started, eh? So again, I sort of come out and I started this one and I really didn't have a shape in mind, to be honest. But we'll see how we go. Sometimes things just happen and turn out, don't they? So this was one of the castings we done some time ago. Well, it was a double casting. I mean, obviously I cast part in black, carbon black, and we cast, this was one of the blanks that I cast with the colour tints in it. So it's a funny sort of colour though, it's turned out. I don't know how it's going to look once we get it shaped. It'll probably lighten up a bit, I'd say. And you might start to see a little bit more colour out of it. But we shall see. We shall see. So how's your week been? Busy, busy? Yeah, what I forgot tonight though, I got the voice, the mics right and the music right, but what I did forget was to have my welcome screen up. And of course I went live and you guys have seen me straight away on the screen without the welcome message. So there's always something I get wrong, isn't there? It's tough doing it all yourself and having nobody to give you a help. But anyway. Alrighty. Now this is going to be a slightly, well, depending on the shape I end up with, what I've got in my head, it will probably end up being a slightly longer handle than usual. But anything could happen yet, so let's just see what develops. Right, and I'll just tidy up a little bit here. That's it. Just if you can keep those tiny details nice and clean now at the tooling stage, then it makes it easier at the sanding stage too, you know. There's a little bit in there that I need to still clean up, so I'll do it now. And then we'll have another look. Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Let me get the camera set up for you now. Let's see what's happening in the chat. From Saturday, you mean from Tuesday night, was it? Yeah, that was the one from Tuesday night. Now the soft one I haven't turned. I've put that back another stream to see if it's ready. I've had it sitting out in the sun for a while. Yeah, Tuesday night that one was, Amber. I've got that one sitting here, so I'll let you see that shortly. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue shaping this one. So we'll get these cameras right for you. That's what I was going to do there. So we'll put camera 3 on there, and we'll put camera 2 in picture. That should keep you entertained for a little while. Streamers are flying again tonight. Yeah, it's just the blank. The tenon that's holding it in the chuck is perfectly round. So it's held in the chuck by a tenon, but the blank was slightly out. Bearing in mind that this blank was fabricated as well, so it's two different pieces. So it is out, but once it's turned it comes back into round again, so it doesn't really matter. And the bit that's in the chuck will be the waste anyway, so yeah, rather us hold the blanks in the chuck now without a tenon on it, I'm putting a little tenon, a little dovetail. So I do that on all the blanks now before I start to turn them. So you'll see the last few that we've done. So that would go in the chuck that way, so the blank would be here, the blank would be here, and you can see I've got a little tenon on the end that goes into the chuck, and that's what's actually holding it. And that way it keeps the blank as centred as it can, but if the blank's got slightly out on it, it gets turned off anyway. So you'll see I've got that same little tenon on most of these off-cut pieces now. So again, that one would have been held in the chuck that way there. And again, there's another one. So that one would have been held in the chuck there with a little tenon. And that gives it a lot stronger and a lot firmer a grip. And it only takes you know, a minute or so to put a tenon on it. Whereas previously what I was doing was I was spending time, I'd put the blank in the chuck, make sure it was in by about 10 mil, 12 mil, whatever. And then I was having to try and centralise the blank by hand, just tapping it. And you probably remember seeing me doing that in some of the previous earlier videos. Whereas now, I put the whole blank as far into the chuck as I can, tighten it up, then I turn my tenon on this end, and then I just turn the blank over and put the blank in there. And in that way, I'm getting access to the full blank, and I've only got that sort of 5-6 mil in the chuck. And that is actually, that's a stronger hold than the way I was doing it before, because the dovetail, it wasn't going into the dovetail, I was just holding on the flat of the blank. So this is much better, it's much more solid, much safer, and yeah, it seems to work. So I've stuck with that now for the last few handles that we've done. Right, now I need to try and work out where I want to go with this. So what I'll do is I'll stop the lathe, get rid of the airline, we'll take this out for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit the knot in there, and I'm going to put a boss knot in this one. I'll move this out the way for a second. So that's going to get the boss nut in it. And I want this to be a nice big long handle, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to go to about there, which is going to make that handle really long. But it's going to be a nice feel handle in the hand, I think. Yeah, I'm reckoning probably around about there somewhere. Get my pencil. So that is in there. And I think I'll probably end up going to go to about there. So it's going to be long, but it's a shape that I'm going to play with, I think. Oh. Right, we'll try that. We'll just see how we go with this one. Hey, what about those mighty Broncos last night, sorry, the Queensland team, the Maroons. Aye? What a game, eh? I'll put you back onto camera 3 again. And I think that's probably going to do that one for shite. Yeah, I turned one a long time ago. I turned one similar shape to this. It was for Spence Shaves down on the Gold Coast. A young fella that was doing a lot of YouTube videos back then, but I don't know if he's still doing it now or if he's given it up. I haven't seen much of him lately. But Spence Shaves or Spencer Shaves or something like that was his YouTube channel. Just a young lad. And he asked me to make him one with a pearly white top, and it had a, oh, I forget what it was called now, but it was another one of the stone ones, but it was a really deep blue with a bit of gold in it, and it was a similar shape to this. So I have done it before, only once before, and it was very, very similar to that, if not, you know, virtually the same. Just in different colours, that's all. Okay, well I'm fairly happy with that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go in a little bit more with the parting tool on the bottom there. Just to define the bottom a little bit better. And I'll bring this in just for a little bit of security. And I just want to define the bottom a little bit more, that's all. So I'll go in with the parting tool there and just square that bottom up a little bit. It's actually quite a nice shape. I don't mind the shape, and it does feel, being longer and the shape that it is, it's got a really nice feel in the hand. So you can see how this is all spinning perfectly true now, but this is still out. So you can see my finger going on it, you can see that it's throwing my finger. It's not a lot, but it's enough just to make it look kind of wobbly, you know? Right, now we're ready for a bit of sanding. So we'll get the grits happening again. Now, one thing I didn't do tonight, which I normally do, is I set I'm going to turn like one or two things off for a little while so that it doesn't interrupt anything. Okay, close. Grey Dog, how are you, buddy? Welcome back. We'll do the same here. Settings. Okay. And then we'll go close and close, and that's us done. Ah, Razor's in the house too. How are you, Razor? Right, so we'll just give this a bit of a hand rub, get rid of the radial sanding marks now. Not worried about the bottom too much at this stage, because we'll get to that when we turn it around as well. How did your thing go, Grey Dog, at the hospital? All good, I hope. your little procedure that you had done. I hope it all went well. Oh, good, excellent, excellent. So all going well, you might get to see two finished brushes tonight. The one from Tuesday night, and this one if we can get it done in time. And I'm super pleased with that one that we done on Tuesday night actually. It's come up really nice. And of course it's got the rhodium knot fitted into it, so somebody's going to get a nice brush. Hopefully in time for Christmas. Paying special attention to the black because the black's always hard to get a really good finish on if you don't get your sanding right. So, because like I said, it's a carbon black, so it's just you don't see much of a pattern or anything in the colour itself. It's not like a lot of other Pearl X colours. But I think that's going to do it. And I'm hoping that having that little lip here, because that's clear and with tinted colours in it, I'm hoping that that's going to give it a nice effect around the top there. So you'll actually see that colour hopefully. around the bottom of the black, you know. Anyway, that'll do that for the first grit. So it's probably a little bit fast, that. Okay. We're getting there. We're in this second dry grit. We're only 47 minutes in. Dee 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 dee. And that'll do that, I think. Right, next grit. Has Amber dropped off again? She's gone to sleep. Or is that old age creeping in and she didn't hear you? She's maybe away making us all a cup of coffee. Great dog. She won't go anywhere because she's hanging out to see this other one that we done on Tuesday night. This other handle, because I finished that today. And it's a stunner. But it looks very, very similar to my to the other blanks that I have, which are the Phantom Nebula. I'd probably say it's a little bit it's got a little bit more character to it than the Phantom Nebula has as far as the look that's in this one. But it's similar in colour. I think this one's more metallic-y though than the other ones. But it's a lovely brush. Lovely brush. I am tempted to keep it as my first rhodium, but I need to get some cash in for more supplies, so I'll need to sell a few brushes. So it will be going on the website when I get around to it. I'll probably put some pictures up on the net and see if somebody wants to jump on it. We'll see how we go with this one. I want to try and get this one finished as well, but don't let me forget to show you it before we finish the stream, eh? Whether we get this one finished or not. But it's a lovely handle, obviously fitted with a really nice rhodium. 28mm, which is a nice size. Gives you that feel of the luxury at the rhodium, but nowhere near as big as the 30mm are. It's funny how that couple of mil can make a big difference, eh? Personally, I like 26 as a size for a knot. That's my optimum knot size that I like. No, not really. It's just I want to try and get this one done tonight as well, mate, so we can move on. And if I waste time showing you that one now, I won't get this one done. So, but yeah, a little bit of suspense doesn't hurt anybody, does it? Keep you going, keep you interested. It will be worth waiting to see though, because it is really nice. And I'm thinking this one's going to look quite nice too, to be honest. I just don't know how the bottom section's going to turn out, because it's a bit of a funny colour. I mean, there's other colours in it, but it's a bit of a funny colour. But I think with the knot that I'm going to put in, being the boss knot, and the shape and the colours within the handle being split with the black, I'm hoping will give it a nice lift. So yeah, we'll see. We'll soon find out, won't we? And I don't know what I'm doing with the bottom yet, whether we're going to put a coin in it. I'm thinking a coin. I'm thinking I might put an antique brass in the bottom of this one at this stage, but we'll see once it's once we can see the bottom of the handle properly, we'll get a better idea. But I think the antique brass might go okay with this, looking at it, what I can see so far. top camera is looking a little bit blown out again too, isn't it? In colour, is it? Or does the colour look okay to you guys? Okay, just give me 2 secs. We'll see if we can fix that, eh? That might be a bit better. I took it down 2 there. It's not quite as white and in your face now, is it? Right. Yeah, I took it down 2 notches, so it is darker. If I take it down too far, it will get too dark. Let me try another 1 or 2. Yeah, I think you're at your max there now. That's another 1 down. It's not as white looking, like the handle itself's not as white looking now as what it was previously. It was pretty white before. Right, that's looking not too bad. Right, the last dry grit now. You guys have all gone quiet in there. Oh, Amber's drawing shapes. Mesmerised by the sanding, yeah. It's exciting, isn't it? The sanding part. That's why I'm trying to do some of it offline, so that I don't bore you to tears. And I might even do that with this one as well. We'll get the first couple of grits on it, so that you can see what the handle's going to look like, and then we might leave it at that. And then we'll show you the finished one on Saturday morning, when we do whatever we're going to do on Saturday. We could even do yours, Brett, if you wanted to. Saturday morning. If your mind's 100% made up, mate. Sorry to put a dampener on your thoughts, but I think my opinion is pretty much on the money. I think you overdo it and spoil it, I think. Sometimes simple is better. Especially with a busy blank too, because they're quite busy because of the pattern in them, you know. Maybe I should just turn on my handles and send the box over to you then, Amber, and you could sand them all for me. I know it's got to be done, and I'd like to be thorough with it, but it's one of the most boring tasks in woodworking. or lathe work like this even. Anyway, we're not too far away from hitting this with the wets now. And I've got my fresh water all ready to go. And I think that's us. Ready to hit it with the wet. Right, just give this a little touch up. And I think we're done. Okay, I'll get rid of these pieces of sandpaper for now. We will need them again for the bottom. Right. So we've got a fresh bowl of water. Keep our bed dry. We'll get the pads. And we'll hit it with the wet. Let's see what we've got, eh? different. The bottom was clear, but what we done was we put some colours in too. Like there's quite a number of different colours in there. So you can see there's greens and blue and reds and sort of orange. And again, it was one of the blanks that we cast in a stream some time ago. Because I'd done quite a few like this back then. And this was the last of those blanks. So I can't honestly remember, but it's sort of tinted colours, like spiral colours into the clay. And then obviously the clay's taken on some of those colours and turned to a different colour, but it's quite effective actually. So when you see it there, you can see the colours. So you can see the red, and you can see there's green there. There's quite a bit of green in it. You can see the blue. It might even be yellow, orange. I'm not 100% sure. I just can't remember how many colours we actually put in it. But yeah, there was quite a few colours. From memory, I think there was quite a few colours in it. But without looking back the live video, one of the casting videos, I just can't remember. So we'll keep going. Again, I don't want this to be a long stream, guys, so I'm only going to go for a couple of hours at the most, and then we'll call it a night, and wherever we're at, that's where we'll start up on Saturday, unless I finish it in the meantime, and then we get straight on to whatever on Saturday. So that's my plan at this stage. So I don't want to keep you here too long, but I want to let you see what this looks like tonight. It's different, but it's quite nice. And as it shines up, I think we'll start to see a little bit more of the colour as well once we get through the finer grits on it. When I get this finished, I'll be going in and I'll be having a couple of cups of coffee, I can tell you. I normally go in and I take my little video clip of the brushes and some photographs, and I post them up on Instagram, and occasionally I put them on my my Facebook page. And I normally sit and have a nice relaxing cup of coffee and check the stream and make sure that it's all good. And then I go to bed and I can't sleep. But I enjoy my little bit of relaxation before I go to my bed, so. Right, we're moving through the grits quite well tonight, so we might keep going for a little while. Now I'm 20. And you'll see what I'm doing. Every second grit I sand by hand with that same pad. So I'm not doing it every grit, I'm just doing it every second grit, and it seems to work. Because these are quite fine, these pads too, so you don't leave big deep scratches like you do with sandpaper normally. But as long as you've got all the sanding marks out. Right, solder on. And I'm thinking there won't be a coin in the bottom of this one at this stage. I was thinking that we'd maybe put an antique brass in it, but the bottom is quite transparent, so I think if we put a coin in it we might spoil it, so it might stay the way it is. Because it's starting to get a little bit more transparent, a bit clearer as we're getting into the finer grits now. So So we might get this one finished tonight. We're just going to clean up the bottom and then we can set the knot in it. So you'll get to see 2 finished brushes tonight, I think. Going with the way we're going with this, hopefully. Looks like it's got a little bit of sparkle in this too. So I'm not sure if we put a little bit of silver holographic or something in this. I'm not sure, unless it's just my eyes, but we'll see anyway once we get it parted off and get a better, closer look at it. But you can certainly see the coloured spirals inside it. Okay, lucky last wet pad. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of sparkle in it, whatever we added to it. Just enough to put a bit of interest into it, you know, along with the coloured spirals. Just take the other eyebrow off, mate. Then you won't have to worry about it. Right, we need a paper towel. Okay, so now I think we can take this off, turn it around, part off the bottom. So we'll need the small key. So again, see there's that little tenon on the bottom that I'm doing in all the blanks now. It just makes it so much easier, right? Rather than the way I was doing it before, that is. So I'm quite happy with that. Right, let's get rid of this chuck. And we'll put the big chuck on. It's pretty good. Don't blow it apart. That'll do. Put that in. I think we should be low enough and probably in far enough. And we'll speed that up a bit. So there we go. Yeah, so no coin in the bottom of this one. It's too transparent to put a coin in it. So we'll just put a bit of a hollow in the bottom, as we usually do. And then we'll just give it a nice sand up to finish. So check my little straight edge on there and see how we're travelling. A little bit more. Okay, should be more than enough, but I'll check it with a straight edge first anyway, just to make sure. Yep, you've got plenty hollow there now. Okay, another little bit of sanding, a little bit of wet sanding, buff, set the knot, we're done. So we'll slow that down a little bit faster. Right. Okay, I'll do that one. Nearly there, guys and gals. Onto the wets. Oh, it started again. Dearie me. Data rate's where it normally is. Cache is up at 93%. And YouTube's sending me a message saying it's not receiving enough video, which is crap. Let me do a speed test again. Here we go. Internet speed test. We'll hit the button. We'll go. So it's in the test mode now and it's bouncing around about 70 megabytes per second. So there's no issues with regards to download, and then we'll get the upload shortly. Because it's the upload that matters for the streaming from my end. And no problem, we're up. It's a little bit lower than what it was last time, but it still should be plenty because we're only putting 9 megabytes a second out is the data rate. And tonight we've got 14.73, but that's still more than enough to put the 1080p stream out. So unless it's jumping around and we're not constantly getting the 14.73. It's just strange. It's been every night the last three, four streams. I'll refresh YouTube and we'll see what it does. It's come down to 85% cache, so it's obviously the decoder's catching up to whatever's happening, but I'd say it's YouTube's not taking the data. And that's why my cache is cutting in, because it's taking the data in itself so that we get a continuous stream without losing any packets of data. Down to 80%, so it's catching up, fellas. YouTube's allowing us to punch that data through. We've gone back to an excellent connection again now. Can't work it out, unfortunately. I don't know if YouTube gives us any stream health. Just say stream is healthy, is excellent. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. But at the same token, see, it's come back on again now. Ugh. Bloody frustrating, I'll tell you. The buffering's coming down, the cache is coming down, so I can't work it out. But anyway, we'll soldier on, we'll get this finished. See, the buffering's gone right back up to 94, 95%. So let me just run another internet test. See if there's any reason for it. There you go. So we've got a ping 10 milliseconds, we've got a download now of 6420, so that's a little bit less than what we got before, but download doesn't matter, it's upload that matters for streaming. So we'll wait and see what comes up with. 25.17 megabytes per second upload. So it's not this end, which annoys the hell out of me. Yeah, it's still popping up the messages here though, which I can't understand because like I said, everything else is right. But that cache issue is a concern. It's like, to me it's like YouTube's not taking enough information to try and keep the flow of the stream going. And of course it can only cache up to 100%. Anyway, we shall see. As long as it's still coming through okay and we're not losing you guys. That's the main thing. Now, I'm just going to go over to the buffer now and give this a bit of a buff up. So we'll flick these over to that one for now. You can see what's going on. Excellent condition against just came up on my screen, so yeah, I've got no idea what's going on. little bit of Fabulister. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, just buffing. Okay. I think we're done. So we'll put it back on and we'll give it a hit with some plastics. And I'll bring us back to camera 3. And I'll put the picture-in-picture onto me. Sorry, we want camera 3 and we want picture-in-picture and the cam on me. Okay, so let me just check that I got that tight enough. That'll do it. With a clean towel, we'll get a little bit of plastics. Actually, it looks a lot better now that it's shined up than what it did before. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. Have I still got yours? Is it still glitching? Can't make up its mind what error it wants to give me. Now it's saying the stream's current bit rate 2822.73 kilobytes per second is higher than the recommended. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now it's saying not receiving enough video. So 1 minute it's saying it's getting too much, the next minute it's saying it's not receiving enough. How can that be? Boy, oh boy. Hey, right, I'll take it off there. Get my little glue board. We're nearly there, guys and gals. There we go. Glue piece. A little bit of part A there. Just give this knot a little bit of a touch up on the bottom, just to rough it up a bit. That'll do that. Right. Part A, part B. We seem to be all good here again, so maybe just try refresh or restart again, Brett. Right, ready to set the knot. Okay, put them back down on the floor in the cool, get rid of that. I think we might have lost a few. But anyway, let's keep going. So, we are done. We have 2 brushes to show you. So let's get on with the show, eh? Okay. So let me give this a clean first. Right. Music's good. Voice is good. YouTube's still chucking errors. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about that now because we're nearly there. So we'll go to camera 1 and we'll put that one in there. Right, so here we go. There it is. With the boss knot, 28mm boss knot, absolutely lovely. Just let me make sure it's seated properly because the glue will still be going off, it's just been glued in. Let me go to camera 3 for you. So there you can see the handle. There's the bottom, there's the colours inside the bottom. The smoky spirally look in there. And the same in from the side. I don't know how it'll look with something white underneath it. There you go. So you can see the purple and the green and the blue. A little bit of orange, maybe a bit of red through there. And if I go to camera 2, you'll get to see it there as well. So it's quite a nice shaped handle. It's a long handle. You'll see it when I show you the other one. I'll compare the two against each other just so you can get an idea of the length. But it feels absolutely beautiful in the hand. Yeah, you can get a real good hold of this one. And in the hand, that gives you any idea. Hard to see, but anyway. So that's that one. Now the rhodium one. This is a stunner. An absolute stunner. Coin in the bottom. There you can see it. Can't get it any closer there. You're getting a good view of my head there. Let me show you in camera 2. Let me get the chat back up. So yeah, so there's the rhodium one. And you can see how it sort of changes colour. It's really metallic-y. And it changes from light to dark, as you can see there, depending on how the light catches it. It's a real lovely casting. It's actually, to me it looks better than the Phantom Nebula, but I'd probably never be able to replicate it again because I didn't keep track of what I was doing, and I only done the one blank. And then there's the TF custom shaving brushes in the bottom there. But it's absolutely stunning. It really is. Let me go to camera 3. Look at that. Look at how it changes. Isn't that nice, eh? Anyway, now to show you them in comparison to one another as far as size, as you can see, the other one's, you know, probably a good 10 to 12 mil longer in handle, but it looks nice. So there you go. Trying to get them close enough to the same height in my hand. Near enough, not quite. But they've both come up lovely. They really have. I'm really happy with that one, how the colour. And that's not colour shifting pigments, it's just because we put clear in it as well with the two colours that we use, or the few colours that we used. But it's absolutely stunning. And then there's the, you can see the little bit of sparkle in that as well. With the colours, a little bit of sparkle. Anyway, that's it for me for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging in there, even although the stream was sort of playing up. Yeah, it's just one of those things, I can't put my finger on it. I mean, when I do the speed test, I'm showing that I've got plenty. YouTube can't make up its mind whether I'm sending too much data or whether it's not receiving enough data. So it's just beyond me. But anyway, look guys, thanks again for joining me. I think we're down a couple of people. I don't know if everybody's got back in the stream. Nah, we've only got 3 in there from what I can see at the moment. So it's probably myself, well, I don't count, I don't think, but we've got Amber, we've got Brett, we've got Grey Dog. So if you're the only guys there, thank you for hanging in there. Thanks for coming back in, not losing the stream. I hope you managed to see the two brushes, and we'll do it all again on Saturday morning. So I'll see you then. So until then, you guys all take care. Let me just get rid of that subscribe on the bottom lower there. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll call it a night. Stay safe, take care, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and we'll see you Saturday morning. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.